Well, it's the 26th day in the month of March 2025. I haven't seen March so fast as this particular one. But well, for all those who are fasting, Ramadan Kareem to you, my Muslim friends. And for the length, for those who are observing length, I want to say well done, guys. As you pray, don't forget to pray for your leaders. Call them by their names. And call their problems as you're calling their names and you're praying. Pray for them. Pray for your Senate president. Pray for all your legislators. Pray for Mr. President, the Vice President. Pray for the NSA boss. Yes, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. Pray for him. Pray for all the security chiefs. Ask, most importantly, that they have some sense of direction. Pray for your governors, depending on where you reside. Pray for your local government chairman. Pray for your councillors, because those ones are closest to you, and those are the people who bring governance to you. That is if they're allowed to. But pray for Nigeria. Pray for yourself as you leave your house every day and you're going to where you're going to, that you go out and come back safely. A police officer, and this is a story that broke since on Monday. I just left it because I wanted to talk about it better, and I will do that on Thursday, hopefully. A police officer went out on duty where he was posted in Calabar. I must tell you that. And when he returned from duty, he refused to hand his gun in. And you know the rest of the story. He shot and killed at least one person, and several other people sustained injury. And guess what? All the policemen in the police station scampered for safety. One guy with a gun. There might be a cover-up of some sorts because the stories are so many, and I'm uncertain as to what angle we're going to be discussing it from. But don't worry, tomorrow is another day for that conversation. But welcome to Hard Facts. This is the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itmian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm Maryann Okon. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the show. As usual, we start off with the big three stories for today. Atiku Abubakar is on that table. We still have Natasha versus Akpabio versus Ezekwesili versus a member of the Senate. The story continues. And of course, most importantly, PDP governors are on this table. They're taking the president and the presidency to court. It's going to be an interesting conversation today. On the 4 o'clock hour, we'll be talking about the 30 days rant. It's going to be a live conversation. I want all of you to be part of the conversation. And every week, I get to play you one rant. Today's rant, you don't want to miss it. There's a video, and I will crave your indulgence to be part of that conversation. On the 5 o'clock hour, we'll be talking about small businesses and entrepreneurships, how they're surviving under this economic crisis, and if there be any pointers whatsoever on how we can survive, and if there be any idea when this wind will blow over. But first, let's take a quick stop with the papers.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
This is Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. My name is Shegwari.
All right, let's go straight into the business of the day, looking at big three stories for today.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we'll start with the Premium Times newspaper. The top story here is obviously about what transpired yesterday when the Ethics Committee was listening to the allegations that were made against the Senate President. She made a case, of course, talking about Senator Natasha Akpoti. And then, of course, yesterday was the day that they had a hearing. But of course, that hearing became very rowdy. I will play you the video, but first, let me give you the story. Well, the Senate, we hear, has dismissed Akpoti-Uduaghan's sexual harassment petition as Ezekwesili and another senator clash. The Senate panel said it would not hear Mrs. Akpoti-Uduaghan's petition on the grounds that the matter was already before court. The Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions has again dismissed a petition by the Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan accusing the Senate President Godswill Akpabio of sexual harassment. Now, the petition signed by one Zubairu Yakubu, who described himself as a concerned Nigerian citizen from Kogi Central Senatorial District, accused Mr. Akpabio of sexual harassment of Mrs. Akpoti-Uduaghan. The petition also alleged abuse of office and obstruction of legislative duties by the Senate President. Now, yesterday, there were witnesses, obviously, who represented both sides. And if you listen to the Morning Crossfire today, you did hear Mr. Monday Bani, who was right bang in the middle of Dr. Obi Ezekwesili and, of course, the senator, who went into a shouting match of sorts with the former Minister for Education. I want to play you that video, and then I will ask my question, because I think with this situation in the before the National Assembly, the Akpabio side and the Senate is saying that these people do not have any claims per se. There's no there are no facts, there's no evidence, and that that they're just playing to the gallery. So what do you think is playing out from the moment that Natasha went on television to now? What do you think is playing out? And again, what do you think played out yesterday? Because if I listened to Monday Bani perfectly, he was trying to say that they were dodging the oath-taking part and they did not necessarily have anything to present. And so whatever happened yesterday happened because that is what they intended to happen. So let's go to that video of the rowdy session and then we will talk. How about that? Let's start with that video.
The city senator. Yeah, but I
all right. I'm still looking for that video. Just pardon me, okay, guys. I'm gonna get the video. Okay, just give me a second. By the way, we're live. Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM, so you could join the conversation live. If you're listening to us from outside of the country, you could also be part of the conversation via WhatsApp. You can call 08095975805. That's 08095975805. Join the conversation. We would like to hear from you. I'm still trying to get that video up so that you can hear. Listen closely. Now, I love that Dr. Bani was here to, tell his side of the story. I will play you the excerpts of the senator who tells his own side of the story, and then I will play you Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, who was on the morning show today on Channels Television. All these videos I'd like to let you know are courtesy of Channels Television. And then, of course, I want you to be as unbiased as possible so that we can weigh what's happening and try to understand what's playing out. So please pay close attention to these videos that we're going to play. That way you understand, or help me understand, what you think is happening here. All right, here you go.
I will not take it. Can never be here. People like you. People like you can never be here. How can you be? How can you be of you? You are a hooligan.
The Senate committee chair, you sat in your seat and the senator attacked you.
to keep my mouth shut. Who are you to say so? Who are you to say the presiding officer? Who are you?
I asked to be put on court.
And you refuse. And you cannot. You are this man. You are here to disturb the conversation.
It's okay, madam. It's okay, madam. It's okay, madam.
How do you try to respect yourself? Shut up and take your mouth. Smell your mouth. Smell your mouth. Look like a dog. Look at you. Fool at 70. Fool at 70. Have I been a senator?
Well, behold the scene that took place at the Ethics Committee at the Senate yesterday. We could see the exchange of very unsavory words between the senator and the former Minister for Education. Interesting. Now, normally if you see this video, you'd say, why would he be talking to a woman like that? How dare he? He should not. But let's hear both sides of the conversation, both sides of the senator's side of the story, and of course the minister's side of the story, and then we can make sense of it. Okay? At least they have decided to go on television to talk about what happened. So let's listen to them, and then let's come back and talk.
And I'm a city senator.
Yeah, that I made that.
I'm a city senator.
So I'm wondering.
So listen to the action that brought the reaction.
What made you do? And that's the question.
Today we appeared before the Senate Committee on Public Petition. Senator Natasha was invited with her witnesses to come and prove allegation of sexual harassment against the Senate President. I was also invited as a witness to the Senate President to also rebut her falsehood, the false claim of hers. So it started when she was asked to be on oath, because she said she was a witness. He said, no, she can't be on oath. She can't take oath. So as a person, I said, okay, I'm willing to be sworn on oath so that I can give my own evidence. I was addressing the presiding officer, the chairman of the committee, and she turned to me and said, will you shut up your mouth? A sitting senator in the Senate, that I should shut up my mouth?
That's what aggravated you.
Yes. And I said, no, ma. Withdraw that statement. He said, will you shut up your mouth? You're a hooligan. I said, you are the hooligan. For a mother like you, a grandmother of your age, a former minister of the Federal Republic, to tell a sitting senator to shut up his mouth and to add that I'm a hooligan, then you are the hooligan. In fact, I went further to describe her as in fact, let me not use that word again.
No,
but yeah, I respect her as a mother.
Yeah, but do you regret the scenario which played out?
How can I regret the scenario? I gave it to her.
But is that fair?
Is this fair for her to address me that way?
I mean, you could be offended, but as a man and as a senator, I mean, if you are offended, would you go in the same?
As a former minister of the Federal Republic, a grandmother, ask her first.
And I'm saying that it is human to hear, yes. And without hearing
if she heard, it is a male
without assuming that to whatever allegations or whatever you said, and Dr. Ezekwesili said, yes. Because we've not heard from her side. Yes. But I'm saying that even if she offended you, yes. You have come of age too.
No, I merely replied to her.
But you were emotional.
How can I be emotional? She was also emotional. Emotion jumps emotion.
But do you regret that kind of thing happening between both of you? This is happening on national television.
It's unfortunate that a mother, a grandmother, a person of her standard can be so moved by emotion to call a sitting senator a hooligan, and that she shut up my mouth. When I was asking for clarification from a presiding officer, I was not addressing her. I was talking to the Senate Chairman Committee on Ethics. So I have no business with her.
Okay, so the senator there speaking, rather clearing the air about what transpired. Well, here is the former Minister of Education, Ezekwesili, also saying her side of the story, telling her side of the story.
not the other way around. I mean, you don't just simply say to a person, please shut up. Something must have led to it. It was the indecorous way of shutting down the petitioner that made me, as a witness that accompanied the petitioner, to say to him, please shut up. Let him talk. You know? So that's it.
Well, fair hearing was what you were looking for at the Senate, and clearly that has been imperiled.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
This year, we're talking about patronage from many different aspects. It's not just giving artists money. It can be helping an artist have an exhibition, giving them exposure, connecting them to the right gallery, the right representative, the right person, giving them studio space to produce, giving them some training, whether it's business training, legal advice. There are so many ways in which you can be a patron of the arts.
Plus 234 Art Fair 2025 holds from March 27th to 31st at the Pan-African Center, brought to you by Soto Gallery and Echo Bank. Admission is free.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hashback. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, well, this is, of course, the biggest of the three big stories that we have today. What transpired yesterday at the National Assembly? Well, while you're thinking about it and trying to make sense of it, Atiku Abubakar is in the news. Former vice president and a former presidential candidate for the People's Democratic Party is saying that for 2027, I don't know if I will run. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has said that he does not know if he will contest the presidency in 2027. He made this remark in a yet-to-be-aired interview for a television show Untold Stories with Adeswa Giwa-Osage, scheduled for broadcast, I think, today. And this was exclusively obtained by Daily Trust newspaper. The former presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party announced the formation of a coalition of opposition leaders to wrest power from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. Remember, we talked about this, I think, on Monday. And I was asking, what do you think the powers of this coalition is? Will they be able to come together and put aside interest for that common goal? But do you really care if Atiku runs in 2027? Does it matter to you? Do you care about this story? Or are you in support of Atiku? Do you think he needs to run no matter what? What is your take? I mean, I really want to know. And then finally, the PDP governors are dragging Mr. President and the National Assembly before the Supreme Court over Fubara's suspension. Now, the governors of states governed by the People's Democratic Party have instituted a suit before the Supreme Court challenging the 6-month suspension, of the River State Governor Simlai Fubara. Now, a lot of people had been calling for this to happen, so finally, the governors have decided that this was the way to go. Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu and the Rivers House of Assembly members who were suspended for 6 months by President Bola Tinubu after he declared a state of emergency in the state are still on suspension. Meanwhile, the legislators on their part have supported the president's decision to implement this suspension. However, the governors of Bauchi, Adamawa, Bayelsa, Enugu, Osun, Plateau, Zamfara All of these states questioned the powers of Mr. President to carry out such an action, which is e.g. the suspension of the governor and the members of the House of Assembly. I'd like to hear your thoughts and comments. The phone lines are open. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Post your comments on our live stream. Send a WhatsApp message to 0809597585. And if you're listening from outside of the country, you're allowed to call us on Facebook. Oh, sorry, on YouTube, I beg your pardon, because Skype is gone. Call us on WhatsApp. Only if you're calling from outside of the country. I'd love to hear from you. The guys, 20201-277-0993. Guys, 0201-277-0993. For the ladies, 0201-465-7190. Please, as a man, don't call the female line. Hello.
Hello, Mayor.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Market Woman.
Go ahead.
When this woman matter started the other day, I say I need evidence. It's not so. So when this woman is going from one place to the other, so they have opportunity to present evidence, then they now begin to make trouble. Even when that senator said, okay, if you cannot speak now, let me speak, then you will wait and look the evidence is going to bring out. For you, maybe you will get a piece from those words he's going to say to you to trap him himself. But you begin to say, shut up your mouth. Why? Is that why you are there? I love that woman so much, but what she did, I don't like it at all. Even though these things, they are not be good to us. They are not be good at all. But me, I will not support anything bad.
All right.
She was very wrong.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. All right, we're still taking your thoughts and comments. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Miriam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Robert.
Go ahead.
Miriam, God will bless Market Woman for always standing for the truth. You understand? She's a woman. Everybody condemn what Ezekwesili did. To tell a man, even though if it's
who's everybody? Sorry. Who's everybody? Did you carry out a poll? Who's everybody? You say everybody condemned it. I'm sorry. Who?
I said most people.
You said everybody.
Okay, so
and who are most people?
Let me use the word most people. Huh? They condemn what Ezekwesili said to that senator. She's not supposed to talk, to tell that man to shut up. It's wrong. She was a former minister and is an international personality. So no matter what, even the case is a subjudice one. It's in court. Why did they bring that petition to the House of Senate again? What are they?
Sorry, why are you asking questions that I'm sorry, I don't want to call you names. Hold on, Robert. Did they just walk into the Senate and constitute that committee? It's the Senate that put that committee together. So if the Senate thought that it was subjudice, why did they even allow for that to happen in the first place? So you can't just ask the people who came. I mean, you have to think before you say these things.
The issue here is that the question that most of us are asking was that case presented before the Senate, before Akpoti wife took that matter to court, or she took that matter to court before that petition was submitted. I'm following the
all right, so she had submitted one. Hold on, Robert. Are you asking questions for me to answer, or you just want to talk? Let me let you talk.
It's a general question. I'm not asking you.
All right, great, because I would have loved to answer you.
You understand? So the issue is subjudice. It's in court.
Okay.
They should go to court and settle it. It's supposed to be brought to the House of Senate today. It's wrong.
Right. Thank you, Robert, for calling. I do appreciate it. Just so I can answer, she had presented it, but she did not present it properly, and they refused it. So she had to represent it appropriately. And then now, of course, the Ethics Committee was able to sit and adjudicate on it. But then, all of a sudden, they realized, I thought they should have, but then they realized that the matter is sub judice. And so they really can't talk about it. But all of that is, at the table of the Senate, because they should have realized early enough that the senator's wife had taken the case to court. But they insisted that she present it properly, which she did. And if they had called for this forum or for this meeting to happen, I'm thinking to myself, why call for it if it's a sub judice matter? You would have just issued a statement to say, well, we can't sit because this issue is sub judice, instead of sitting and then saying, well, it's sub judice, so there's no need. But it's not my business. It's the business of the Senate. It's the business of all concerned. The witnesses, the lawyers. This is their business, and it's open to all kinds of interpretation. We listened to Monday Obani this morning on the Morning Crossfire. And so again, all eyes are on the Senate and on the courts. But I'm asking, what did you think played out yesterday? Because if I listen to Monday Obani very well, what he was alluding to is that they didn't have any facts, no evidence. And so what played out was I'm looking for the right word to describe it, was premeditated. This is what they wanted to happen. Do you agree? Mr. Olawale is calling us from Aja.
Yes, please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I think what played out, it's a potpourri of all sorts. Bottled up emotions, you see it pour out. Where maybe the use of "will you shut up" wasn't adequate, but the response was even woeful from a senator. I mean, they should be able to manage their emotions.
Yeah, but there are those who also say, well, she was a minister and she's an international figure. She shouldn't, outrightly tell a person to shut up.
That's what I said. I mean, if you listen from where they were coming from she said they refused them to make their presentation, and in that vein, he was trying to make his own presentation. That is why she said, "Will you shut up?" I think the use of the word "shut up" was where the problem. I mean, it was a trigger, like something has been brewing. So as she just put on the switch, the man went gaga. I mean, it was uncalled for. All the words he used for on national television. Ideally, he would have just said, "Ma, please withdraw that statement. I wouldn't accept you to asking me to shut up." But he just went off. Went off like something went off his, you know.
Ms. Olawale, I have to let you go because of time. Thank you very much for calling. I agree with you, a very sensitive issue. Tempers are flaring up and down, but I mean, it was crazy. I don't know where I stand on this particular issue, and that's why I'm asking you guys. I as much as I understood where Monday Obani was coming from, do you think that this was premeditated, that they didn't have anything to present, hence the drama? Do you also think that at a time where the issue of misogyny is being touted about the Senate and our legislators and our leadership in general, that maybe all of the men involved, including the women in the Senate, the National Assembly in general, would develop some sort of emotional intelligence so that a pit that's been dug for them, they would not fall into it face flat? Make of that what you will. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello. Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Prince Wyatt. Calling you from Amuodofi.
Go ahead.
I think that yesterday, the talk between the Obi Ezekwesili, that I mean our, and the senator, for me, from the madam hand, she is supposed to see that because that one is an important personality. A former minister, a former worker. I think that language, is something. You can't say that to at home. Document in a public gathering. Now for the senator, if about him, the best answer for Obi is to tell the woman, "Madam, please withdraw that statement. Withdraw that statement and apologize." Please, as a federal senator, it's supposed to just keep calm. Because people are watching you.
All right, I have to let you go because your line is is a bit funny, but I thank you for your thoughts. Thank you very much. 60 seconds is all you have, ladies and gentlemen. So please, let's just stick to it. The line was a little bit, wonky. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Maryann.
No, you're not supposed to call the female line. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So,
what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Yinka.
All right.
So the point here is this. I listened to Ezekwesili on prime time yesterday, Arise, and she said something. She said the man said something that triggered her to say, shut up. So it was what the reaction of the man that triggered her to say, shut up. You know when you said something that, and again, every Nigerian is not happy with the way our senators are handling women issues. And she's a woman. I'm talking like a woman too. So you know those feelings when you see that.
Could there not have been a better way to say, sir?
You know when
would you mind?
Like,
I was speaking.
sorry?
Would you let me? Would there not have been a better way to say, excuse me, sir? You're interrupting me. Can you let me speak first and then you can speak? Or something instead of saying, shut up. I'm just saying. Because we're Nigerians. And there's no how you're going to say it without them saying that you're being insolent. You know, there's how you tell somebody that, I don't think you were properly brought up. The person will say, you're insulting my parents. Yeah, you know, in Nigeria, everything is an insult.
Let's say that both of them are wrong for the words they use. She was wrong. But let's think about what triggered it. Because you are talking about what this man said on channels. What happened? What prompted her action? Everybody is intense. Even in Nigeria now, citizens are intense. Little thing can trigger Nigeria. You know that. So that was what triggered that woman to say, shut up. You know, when somebody expected you to go this way, but all of you are now going contrary. So I think that was what made her to say what she said. But she was wrong with the word that she used. And the senator, again, was wrong in his action. Okay, he have come to Arise now and said he is sorry for the way he talks to her, that he regretted the action. That was what he said yesterday too. He said he regretted the action because she, Ezekwesili, have accepted that she used that word, and which she said is wrong too. So both of them have come to their senses. So what happened there is emotions.
All right.
When you feel that this is wrong.
Thank you very much for calling. I just wanted you to land. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. I'm so sorry. Please call me back if that was you. The program is still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in the Timian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. Yes, this is the nation's economic capital. I'm Maryann Okon, and these are the big three stories for today. Senate dismisses Natasha's sexual harassment petition as they say the matter is in court. 2027, I don't know if I will run. Atiku, does it bother you? Do you care about it? Or do you really want him to? And of course, the PDP governors have taken the National Assembly and Mr. President before the Supreme Court over the suspension of Governor Sim Fubara, his deputy, and the River State House of Assembly. Would like to hear your thoughts, your comments. I'm going to go first to Facebook. Alfred Okon here says, shut up is confrontational, regardless of how one says it. Please or no please. Madam Obi got it wrong there. Okay, Alfred, thank you very much. Patrick Obiazo here says, it's most unfortunate that Monday Obani is a supposed activist. Hi, Monday Obani is going to collect a stray bullet now. Monday, who's supposed to be an activist, who should be addressing the complete loss of confidence by Nigerians on the Senate and its president, should rather become interested in defending the Senate president's private sexual business with Natasha. It means that Ubani has left the masses constituency to join the slave masters. Kainde Adebomi here from Ikorodu says, water don't pass Gary Pop, a sitting senator versus former minister, pure water show, inside life, drama, DM goes scatter the matter, now wasting the senator won't be that. Whatever that means. On YouTube Live here, Mokeke says, this arrogance of big manism is the problem in Nigeria. He kept shouting arrogantly, I'm a sitting senator. Such an arrogant fellow with no respect for women. Let's just say she reprimanded him with a word like shut up. Was it enough to abuse an elderly? Well, I mean, I'm telling you, the one that it pierced my heart. He said, a fool at 70. That's what he told her. I was like, my God, what? That's Ali Baba. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm being a fan. I'm being a fan right now. Anyway, Ali Baba is right in front of me. He says his voice is going. Is he lie? Is he lie? Anyway, we're looking at the big stories for today, and I want to hear your thoughts and comments. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Join the conversation. Hello, welcome to Hard.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I think I want to be with the senator on this. Why? Yes. And I'm Timothy anyway.
Timothy, go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. God bless you. I respect Madam due process. I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
Yes, like those who have spoken earlier, it's a matter of emotion.
For both of them, right?
For both of them.
Mm-hmm.
The moment we control our emotions, things can be settled out easily.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is just.
Thank you, Timothy, for calling. I have Ali Baba in the studio with me. I had to drag him in. I cannot allow a big fish to pass me. I will use him to cook pepper soup. It's a Happy New Year. So good to see you.
What's the time now?
It's past 3.
Okay, so it's still afternoon.
It's still afternoon. How are you?
I'm good.
You look really good.
You look different.
I know. I get cute every day. Femi tells me this. Yeah. Anyway, I dragged you in here to ask you what you think about the Senate's handling of this Natasha Akpoti situation first. Secondly, what do you think of what transpired yesterday with Obi Ezekwesili and the sitting senator?
I think it was something that was already brewing because the guy had said some things about her
previously.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think she held a grudge?
So she had a grudge, and she felt like there was a time to tell this guy, just shut it.
But do you think that because we're Nigerians...
No, so she was not thinking of him as a senator at the time. She was not thinking of him. And by the way, they were not in chambers.
Well, I mean, that committee was sitting in the Senate because he kept saying to her, "You're talking to me, a sitting senator in the Senate?"
No. At the time she spoke to him, it was like she had had enough. You understand? She had had enough, and it had been brewing for a while.
But was it appropriate for her to sound that way? I mean, I could tell you to shut it, and you'd look forward to shutting it in the nicest possible way.
No, I think she just had it. She'd had it up to here.
Is it an excuse?
No, it's not an excuse. Just like it was not an excuse for him to have said the things that he said before.
What did he say before?
Oh, you didn't hear. All right, no. So he said some things before, and she didn't like them. And then when they were now talking, it's like an affront. Yeah, but I think they will resolve issues.
I want one quick question before I let you go because I know that you need to go. I think, or I believe, it's a school of thought, especially now where it's a very sensitive time where people have continuously accused our legislature of being misogynistic. Should there have been some level of emotional intelligence in handling everything, no matter what it was?
Not many of the people that are in the Senate have emotional intelligence. Some of them just have. They have, age is not intelligence. Status is not intelligence. Your educational status is not intelligence. So the thing is, your ability to mix all of that in a potpourri of understanding is what makes you intelligent. Sometimes not saying anything is intelligent.
A fool is even thought twice in his silence.
Yes, not saying anything is intelligent. There was one time I went to meet a politician, and somebody came and asked him something about David Mark at the time, and he said, "No, I don't think that what you're saying is correct." When the man had left, I now told him, "But that thing the man asked you, you should have just told him it's correct." He said, "No, I couldn't say it's correct at the time because there were other people who were waiting for me to say it." So he knew what was right, but he couldn't say it. By the way, when Abraham and his wife were in Egypt,
he lied.
It doesn't make Abraham a liar, but for the situation, there was need to say no. Peter is the head of the church. When they asked him if he knew Jesus, for preservation of his own life,
So telling a white lie solves certain problems at some point?
Your parents telling you, go and wear your shoe, we're coming. It's not like they're lying. Were they lying? They don't lie. They were like, oh boy, just give us a break. Or, okay, let me tell you another white lie that we tell. Somebody says, I need 50,000 naira loan. You say, I don't have. It is not that you don't have the 50,000 naira, but the 50,000 naira that is available to be given to that guy is not available. But that doesn't mean you don't have 50,000 naira. Is that a white lie? No, it's not.
It is a lie. Femi, it is a lie. It is a lovely. I'm looking forward to that. It's so good to have you in the studio.
You very much.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Ali Baba, seriously.
Yeah, we used to be in this studio. But
I know, changes.
Yeah,
yes, just like you are looking good.
Except for our constitution.
People like you need to start advocating for.
No, we have to. There's a guy who was caught pirating some work of some creatives, and he was told to pay 12 naira 70 kobo. 12 naira 70 kobo for something he made close to.
That's because we've not changed anything.
No, because they don't think that sector is relevant. Yes, that's the word. They don't think that sector is relevant. For instance, the Nigerian Economic Summit Group did a review of Nigeria in the next decade. A booklet that was about like 450 pages. The creative sector was not inside.
But it was about it was about the creative.
No, it wasn't about the creative. It was about the Nigerian economic outlook.
But the creative sector is literally what powers the country.
It's the second largest employer of labor.
Exactly.
And
there's no how you can talk about AI today and talk about technology without the creative sector right bang in the middle.
Because the people who are in that economic summit group are people who did not think that sector mattered.
Could it also be the fault of the creatives that they're not pushing?
It's not the fault of the creative sector. It's the fault of the people who select the people who then make those decisions. My dad said something one time. He said, if you tell a man to go help you find a wife, he will use his eyes to find a wife for you.
Exactly. Is what he thinks is pleasing. And not necessarily what you think is pleasing.
So he probably is looking at a girl who has childbearing hips. Then he gets you a woman who has childbearing hips, forgetting that you are somebody who works with people who deal with intelligence. And then you now sit one day, come back from work and tell the woman, what do you think? I told this man so and so. And then she says, for real?
So what are we eating for lunch? Because that's all she knows. That's all she knows. I don't want. I would have just left this show for you now. I'm gonna wait outside. I would just leave. But my boss is here. I don't want him to say that I cannot collect salary this month. So Lagos,
it's interesting.
If you want Alibaba on the stairs, please call now because I want to bring him on the stairs. And you can't say no. I want to bring you. What are you doing in May?
I'm out of the country. I'm on a tour in Canada.
When are you back?
Before my birthday.
When is your birthday?
June 24th every year.
Perfect. That's a good time to bring you on the stairs.
Sure.
Good. I will be harassing my boss on your behalf.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming to the studio.
Thanks for letting me get crash.
I love it. I love it. At least you did not ask me what we are having for dinner. At least you knew what to say when I asked you a question.
The other thing they say, are you for real? So I just struck a deal.
Are you kidding? Oh.
Yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Wow. You go, girl.
Okay, I need to send Alibaba out of the studio. So he's coming tomorrow on Jimmy Disu's show. Yes, he's coming on the Daily Digest tomorrow with Jimmy Disu. Yes, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah. So let's look forward to listening to more of Alibaba. Mr. Popome. Your surname is very hard.
No, my name is a short form. Akpoti-Uduaghan. That's the full name.
Okay.
There's that. We are FIFA rated, you know. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Ali Baba there with us in the studio, Lagos. We're still taking your thoughts and comments. Join the conversation. 0201-277-0993. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Yes.
Boyasin calling from Afromedia.
Go ahead, Boyasin.
Yeah. You see, my dear sister, that mother it will be hard to go down because
99.3 Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Boyasin, you can go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I said, for instance, when you see two people fighting, you will call them together and ask them before you ask what happened. Now, two people, the Senate president and this lady, they're having issues. And now you suspend one and leave one. Why is this so? Don't we have
well, they're saying that there is no evidence to support her allegation. Hence, there's no need to.
How can you? How no? This Senate, no. I disagree.
Okay. All right.
First, to go so that they will investigate the matter.
All right. Okay.
It's not the best. It's not the best. Not the best. Yes.
Thank you, Boyasin, for calling. I can take one quick WhatsApp call. Ira Abuchi is calling us via WhatsApp. Let's see if I can take that call. Ira Abuchi, I'm trying to take your call, but it's not happening. What's happening? I'm trying to take this call, but it's not happening. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to take your calls on WhatsApp. Okay, so I've taken a call here. Don Vika is calling us on WhatsApp. Don Vika, can you hear me? Hello? Don Vika, can you hear me?
Man. Yeah, can you hear me too?
Yeah. No. Merchant man, you can't call on WhatsApp. It's only for those who are calling from outside of the country. Thank you very much. You can't not call if you're not calling from outside of the country. That line is reserved for those who are calling from outside of the country. Please, let's allow them. Okay? Thank you very much. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
The 199 number says, please check your device. Please call the number that's going for the mail.
But you're calling it. That's 0201-277-0993.
Okay, but this is the number I called earlier, and you said it's for the female.
No. This is not. This is the male line you're calling. You called the female line before.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know. So I was actually going to talk about I'm calling from Ikoyi.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was actually going to talk about the Obi's issue with the senator. So I felt like what she did was quite rude, because I felt like, well, this person you're talking to is an adult like you, so why would you use a word like shut up for the person? And not only that, when you say you should take the word back, you call the person an hooligan. Why would she make such a statement? So I don't even feel pity for her for how the guy also addressed her, because for every action also there's a reaction. You get, and that just reminded me of Bianca Ojukwu. And I felt like if it was a female she insulted like that, she used words on her like that, I'm sure it would have been a very, very modified step, because she would not take it like that, and then it would have been very, very crazy. Okay. I guess the guy just reacted based on what she said, and that doesn't have to do with him being a senator or whatever, because you're a human being.
All right.
So anybody can come and say otherwise, but then what would you do if you're in such a situation? So you can choose to keep quiet or then react.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. I have just less than a minute to go, so I just want to read some of the messages. Alabade Gideon here says, I love this man, Ali Baba. Let's read some WhatsApp messages quickly. I just want to run through all your messages if I can in 1 minute. This one says, he's already biased, saying that there are no to address the falsehood of the senator. Who's already biased? Are you talking about the senator? Jeremiah here says, Ezekwesili got it so wrong in the matter. She addressed the man though we're aware that the nation is highly tensed up as a result of the unruly and ungodly behaviors towards us Nigerians. It's just started and they'll receive it so roughly this time around. Jeremiah, thank you. This one says, Vivian says, with all this happening in the National Assembly and this present government, the way they talk and everything, it's time to start telling them to shut up, in Patient Jonathan's voice. Will you shut up? This one says, Adex from Ikotu, what I see here is just distraction. This is what the APC regime wants us to be pondering about. We have to shift focus from that to national issues. I've got to go. Yvonne is here with the news. On the other side of the clock, we're going live to talk about
The world is constantly changing.
I will be right back. We're talking about the 30 days run. Stay with us.
But your place for news and great talk remains the same.
There's a saying in Igbo language that one that kills his brother wouldn't say that he's a champion. Champion over what?
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
And now the business news.
Lagos, a lot is happening in the world of business.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.